What's up, everybody? It's AJ with etrailer.com. Today we're going to be checking out these Titan chains, snow tire chains on our 2020 Chevrolet Colorado. These are going to be a great way to get that traction in the snow and ice that you couldn't get without them. Let's check it out. How it helps you in the snow and ice is the pattern that it has. This one's a diamond pattern, so you can kind of see how the chains in certain sections look like a diamond. That's where it gets its name from. These are the ones that cover your tires the most. So you're going to get the most traction with these style of chains versus ladder pattern, which are just lines that come across. Those are good for starts and stops, but they don't necessarily give you the tractions that these do just because of how much it actually covers your tire. You have the D-links, which are going to be the individual links here. Those are really good for chomping down in that ice and getting that traction in the snow. They're just more contact area with this style of chain, so it's really going to dig in there and help you get that traction, but also have a smooth ride as you're going down the road. It's not going to be like going over speed bumps constantly. It's just nice and smooth and helps you out. The chain's made out of a manganese and nickel alloy, so they're going to hold up to the elements because, let's face it, you're going to be using them in the snow and the ice with the salty roads and stuff. You want your chains to hold up to all that. These will be just fine. It also has a nice protective coating on this part of the chain. This is the one where you're going to get most hand contact on there with it. We recommend you use gloves when you do this, but if you don't have them because of emergency, this part's coated, so it's not going to get as cold as these are. So when you go to take them off, probably too, after you've been driving in the snow, you don't have to worry about freezing your hands because it's not going to be cold like these. These are coated, so it's going to keep them a little warmer than the basic ones. Along with that coating on these chains, it's also color coded, so that part's nice. You can see that you got the yellow. It's going to connect to the green link up here. Then you have the red that's stained out for the loops for the self-tensioner that's built in. This is also nice because it's built in. Most other chains, you have to buy the tensioners separately, and that's just another thing to lose. So if you put it in the back of your vehicle, you can't find it when you need it, then the chains are too loose. That's going to be a pain. This is built in, so you'll never lose it because it'll be right there with your chains. I really like that aspect of it. Not to mention, it also comes with a nice carrying case. It's not hard plastic, but it's got enough durable cloth on the outside. It might be a nylon, I'm sorry, but it's going to hold up to those chains being inside. One of the other things with the other chains is sometimes they just give you a bag or like a plastic reusable bag that you can keep putting the chains back in. The chains honestly shred through those pretty quickly. With this reinforced packaging here, they're not going to do that. So I like that you can put them in here. They're all in one neat place rather than sprawled out in the back of your vehicle too. You're not going to just throw them in the back of your truck, and you don't want them taking up the space behind the driver's seat either. So they're going to stay nice, contained. You can fit this under a seat this way, and you'll have them when you need them. Now, with all that said, how easy do they install? Pretty easily. It didn't take me very long. Let's check out how I did it. First thing is laying out your chains and making sure there's no breaks or twists in the chains. Looks like all the links are good. I mean, we got them right out of the package, so they're going to be good, but this is something you need to do the more you use them just to make sure there's no issues before you go through the trouble and put them on your tire. Now, once I see it's fine, what we're going to do is just make sure the cable sides towards the vehicle. We're going to slide it behind the tire. You can see this break in the middle of the chains. This is going to be where the middle of the tire sits when I go to get it around the tire. So let's get right to that. Come around the other side. Then we're going to come up top and attach the chain to itself. This end goes down in this channel. Just pull it like that. It's not going to pop out. And then we'll drape the chain across the front of the tire. Since I got this right here, I'm just going to go ahead and hook this now. It's going to hold it together. We might have to adjust it to a different length to get it a little tighter, but I just want to get the chains out along the front of the tire before we make those adjustments. Looks like our rubber adjuster's caught back here, just on the edge of the tire. We'll pull around the front of the tire and go ahead and attach our adjuster and try and get a little bit more of the chain out here by pulling on it. Run our adjuster through our catch here, kind of pull it tight. You see the link goes into this groove here, holding it in place. run through one of our red eyelets. So with the loops here, you can run your chain through. You can kind of adjust them as you need. We only need one of the loops to run through because it's already pretty tight. And normally I would try and get it over here to this side, but that's a pretty big gap. So it's going to take a lot of pulling and strain on this adjuster. I can come here, not as far there, I can pull up and latch it on that link, and it'll be nice and tight. You can see that pulled even more of that tension out, and this chain's not coming off this tire. With them installed, I suggest driving on them a little bit, maybe back up, go forward a little bit, get out, check them, make sure they're still in the right place before you officially hit the road. But once you've done that, you're good. I think that about does it. Thanks for hanging out, and I hope this helped.